honestly.
Claro, loco, por eso que tú estás aquí, loco. Por eso que tú estás aquí.
That is the role that you were called to play.
Yes. Listen, the point is, I got to hear something different. And Malcolm Hawkins was there. And he came with a little squad. They looked like dancers at first. I don't know what was going on. You know, I was just copping it, seeing what they were doing.
I want you to tell me what you expected when you saw him.
When I saw him, I was like, who is this guy? Is he going to dance? Because there was some other guy dancing there too. But he wasn't singing and rapping or nothing. So I said, oh, these are just a little, you know how those mime groups are at church?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dudes paint their faces and put the mask and all
that. We're good, though.
They got some of the white makeup on their black
Some of them.
Yeah, exactly. So I expected something sort of like that. And no, man, it was totally different. I liked it. It was a good crowd. It was a good response. This man like sings, raps, does a whole combination of stuff. Some drama in between. Spoke to his mama during the presentation. It was a whole other situation for me. It left a bright spot. And I was like, yo, I got to hit this dude up. I got to get him here. And I heard an R&B record that I can't recall exactly what it was because it was too loud up in there. It was looking like the Pac Jam in there. It was just blazing too hard.
Did you just say the Pac Jam?
Yeah.
We were just talking about
Only old school
ages.
people know what that is.
We were just talking about ages.
People in the hood might not know what that is, but you gotta be.
Don't even know what the
I can't believe
Anyway, when you say he left a bright spot, does it have to do with his complexion?
Oh,
no,
man. I pretty much leave a bright spot everywhere I go.
Listen, what is Malcolm Hawkins? Your turn to speak. Yo, Malcolm, talk to me, man. How do you feel,
Hola,
bro?
¿cómo está, Miami?
Well, that's why she's light-skinned and Hispanic like
us. Sometimes mixed with something. I don't know what it is.
But you speak Spanish?
Spanish a little bit.
Don't get me excited, man, because you didn't even tell us that during the break. So you do speak?
Well, me llamo Malcolm. ¿De dónde es Miami?
Alright, so
Soy Dominicano.
No, Dominican. Yo, Malcolm, first of all, man, welcome inside the studio here, FNF Live. Excited to have you here, man. For people that don't know about Malcolm, just give me a quick break. You don't got to give me a preaching. Right. Give me a breakdown exactly who Malcolm Hawkins is, man.
Malcolm Hawkins, I am a 16-year-old singer, songwriter, rapper, and actor. I try to do it all. Basically, who I am, basically, it's behind a movement. And the movement is called the Rebels. And the meaning of that is, I'm sure you heard it at the concert that you were at. We explained it. And basically, the meaning of the rebel movement, a lot of times society tries to offer us that, we're not enough and we're not good enough to meet up to certain expectations. And they try to tell us what we can wear, what we can say, how we can say it. And a lot of times, young people especially, they fall to those expectations which are not necessarily positive. And, they expect us to, gang bang and do drugs and everything like that because we're so young and naive. But at the same time, our movement basically is about rebelling against that. And it's not only for young people, it's for anybody who's ever been in a situation that they rebelled against the negativity that the situation offered itself. If you rebelled against that, then you're a rebel. So everybody's a rebel, and it's a universal movement, man. It's spreading like crazy. And, that's basically who I am and what I represent.
Something real funny, man. The dude is like 16 years old.
I know, man.
And and this is the thing, because I started asking around, like, who is this guy? I never seen him in my life.
Man.
And I've seen a bunch of rappers and singers. I've been doing this quite a long time, so I was like, I've never seen this guy. Who is this guy? So a few people were telling me, yeah, I've seen him here. He's changed. He sounds a whole lot better. He dances a whole lot. People were telling me you've progressed as years have gone by. You've been doing this quite a while.
Right. I've been doing it since I was 10. I really got into it seriously when I was about 11 or 12. That's when I did the Orlando. It was like a big family reunion. That's what they call it in Orlando. It's basically a whole bunch of gospel artists because I was heavy, in the gospel industry starting out, like, Katy Perry and, normally the singers start out in the gospel industry. So that's where I started out as well. So I did that with Ty Tribbett, Vicky Winans, Byron Cage, some gospel legends. And
at that
like
age,
that.
huh?
Yeah, I was 12 when I did that, so it was a good experience. And then I did the FAMU thing with Kirk Franklin and the Clark sisters. So
yo, as of now, man, this man sings, raps, acts. We're going to talk a little bit about that. But let's go into this first record. It's a little slower. I like it. You know what I mean? I actually saw you do this live.
Right.
And I could tell it was real serious because, you like pointed your mom out in the crowd and the whole nine. I was
intense,
like,
man, intense.
I was like, yo, this dude's going in. Talk to me about this record. It's called Her Tears, and we'll go right into it.
Just a brief description of the history of the record. Basically, when I was a little younger than I am now, I was rebelling the wrong way, negatively in school, not listening to the authority. I had a problem with authority, and I was always that child with the ADD who never sat in his seat. So I would always get in trouble, and then always misbehave and act out. And my mom would always constantly tell me the same thing: you gotta straighten up, Malcolm. You gotta do good. You gotta be good. But I would never listen to her. And it wasn't until that point where I saw her, I heard her crying, and it just changed my whole perspective on everything and life itself. So I just turned my act around, and basically, the song is explaining how her tears affected me and how her tears gave me pain, and tells that story through the song. So listen, man,
serious,
enjoy.
man, when you see your mama cry.
Yeah, man, you feel so helpless, right?
What?
Yeah.
It's crazy,
Ray right
man.
now. Ray's thinking about that right now. Let's go to the record.
You see him drifting, he's nostalgic.
I'm thinking about me crying when my mama used to whip me.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about
Let me go into this
Yeah,
record.
man.
It's called Her Tears. Malcolm Hawkins. Check it out. It's FNF Live. 88.3. In God We Trust. 88.3. Oye, Her Tears is the name of the record. Makes me want to sing this song to my mama. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
man.
what I'm talking about.
Real intense, as you see.
There was a reason behind it, though.
Yeah, and like I said, the reason is basically I was just tired of being rebellious the wrong way and tired of making my mother go through what she went through. And I didn't realize that there's nothing like a mother's love at the time. And you know what I mean? Shout out to all the mothers out there.
Yo, is your mom? Is that like your mom's favorite song, or?
Yeah, man. Every time she hears it, she cries.
Oh,
every
snap,
time,
see?
man. Every time she hears
She
it,
cries for the right reasons now.
Yes.
right.
Even if it wasn't her favorite song, she's got to represent.
Yeah, she's
She's got to show love.
Yo, Malcolm, and it seems like, man, you're a busy dude, getting into acting, being 16.
Right.
Question of the hour for me is, because, you know, people can just ask real generic questions. How do you keep a balance, man, at 16? Because, you know, most people aren't focused on music. They're trying to do 100 million things. They're trying to look real nice, get all the girls in high school.
Right.
Well, how do you keep that whole conversation? How do you keep that whole balance of everything going on and still keeping a faithful relationship with God, knowing that He's first beyond the music, dance, and everything else that you do?
Right. Well, I mean, that's just it, man. It's two major things that keep me focused and really keep me pushing and helps me keep everything balanced, which is my relationship with God first. Because I realize, like I said, man, this movement is called the Rebels, and society offers us that God isn't necessarily cool, and some would argue that He isn't even real. So basically, we rebel against that too, and we put Him first, and we just try to, you know, better our relationship with Him. We realize it's not about being perfect. We just try to better ourselves in Him, and that really helps me, you know, settle down when I need to, and come back to reality and stay humble. And then the second thing is family, man. Like you at the performance, you saw my dance crew, Mind Control. It's like we're really a true family, man. It's not a business relationship. You know what I mean? We handle business when we need to, but at the end of the day, if they need something, I need something from them. We're always there for each other, and you know they're like my brothers. So they always keep we keep each other's heads on straight. And of course, I have two awesome supportive parents, and they're just, you know, we're just family, man.
You know,
Family.
for a 16-year-old, you look really sharp and you sound really sharp.
Okay.
What would you attribute that to? Like a couple of things, or just one thing? Like you consider yourself a smart individual, or it's like your relationship with God. I mean, what would you say is responsible for you being so sharp or like mature or
And
fluent?
put the mic down for me a little bit so I can hear you a little better. Push it down if you want a little bit. So, yeah, there you go.
Gotcha. You good? We good? Okay, cool. To tell you the truth, man, just experience through life. You know what I mean? Even at a young age, I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. Especially in growing up with my generation, man, I've seen everything. You know, riding through Miami sometimes, and you know, you see homelessness, you see gangbangers. I know several dudes who gangbang and you know do drugs all the time, and you know, it just hurts me myself, you know, and especially seeing those things and actually going through my own trials and tribulations has helped me. With experience brings wisdom, so even at a young age, you know
So
what I
you
mean?
would say it's experience and generational thing.
Right.
Yeah,
and a lot of people, a lot of my generation is the same way. You know what I mean? They're very eclectic, and they have a lot of opinions, and they want to speak out, but some of them just don't know how. And this movement is basically just letting you know that you can rebel against people who tell you can't.
What would you say
was
the turning point for you?
The turning point for me is this one particular day. I didn't, like I said, I really got into my music when I was about 12 years old. I started since I was 10, but I really didn't take it serious. I really didn't think it was going to do anything. And I had this little demo tape, and I wrote a song. And my dad, shout out to him. He was in the army. He served for the country and everything like that. And now he's a postman. He delivers mail. So a lady on his route or on his job or whatever, she basically called him, and she was crying, and she wanted to meet me. She was begging him to meet me for some reason. And then, long story short, I met the lady, and she told me that one of those songs on that demo brought her out of a really, really dark place because her father just died. and she stopped coming to work, she stopped eating, she stopped living a healthy lifestyle.
Wow.
And she told me that my 12-year-old immature lyrics brought her out of that situation. So that really just humbled me. Yeah.
That's what it's all about. You know, nowadays you might not hear about Christian rappers or artists, period, you know, making all this type of money. People don't hear about that. You know, I mean, people don't hear about these stories and these testimonies. Is people, you know, coming out of a very dark situation because of some lyrics. You know, people are too focused on the money, but they don't know what's going on behind the scenes. And have you ever noticed you wearing Malcolm glasses? I mean, Malcolm X glasses.
People tell me
that on purpose
all the time. It is. It really is. Because honestly, he's one of my biggest inspirations.
I didn't notice that till you said it.
Yeah.
I mean, now I see it.
He's one of my
Thanks,
biggest
Ray.
inspirations.
He kind of looks like Malcolm, you know, like light skin.
Yeah, funny thing, they used to call him Red.
Yeah, they used to call him Red. Yeah, he was that light. But on the serious tip, like one more question I have. Can I ask you one more question?
Let me go to this record. We'll go to the song and we'll come back. Hold that question. Don't go anywhere with that. Yo, give me this Praise Him Swag remix, some breakdown on it. Let's go right into it real quick before we get back to these questions. What's the breakdown of this record?
Pretty much, man, just turned up, man. Really, it was just a fun record I did, just having fun. And you know what I mean? We just got in the studio, knocked it out real quick because I was tired of singing. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, man, I'm gonna just rap one time. Let me spit one time. And I just went in the studio and I let loose, man.
Oh, snaps. Snapped on them. Turned up. Check this out, man. It's called Praise Him Swag Remix.
You heard how he said turn up?
Yeah, he did.
Right.
Malcolm Hawkins, aquí la Nueva 88.3 FM, yo. And inside studio, Malcolm, one of the questions I had before Ray gets to that question. Rapping or singing, which one? If you had to pick one, man.
Why are you taking my question now? It's not.
Oh, man. That was yours? That was your question? Oh, okay.
All right,
but honestly, if you want me to be honest with you, I'm an actor. So for me, I would say singing, because singing is more expressive, and I could tell you a story more through singing. For me, just me personally.
You can do your thing singing. Rapping, okay. You still can rap. It's just you prefer. I'm glad you're like that. See, there's some people I meet. It just it's like,
I think my flow is astronomical.
It's just astronomical. I can bust balls, Shine.
Not that vibe with me, man.
No. So
man,
singing, you get it in. Rap, I like it. I've heard.
What I was gonna ask is like, what do you consider yourself?
I consider myself an artist. But if you wanna, if
what would you call it? Hip hop, R&B, or?
Honestly, I would call it pop, because it's more. Okay. It's a much more broader genre, and people don't really know what to expect when a pop artist comes out. Because, like I said, man, I'm a rebel. I refuse to be put in any box. So it's like you'll hear all different types of music from me, all different types of messages, whether it be talking about a relationship with a significant other, because I am 16 and I do have girlfriends. I'm not,
friends.
Girlfriend.
No. Girlfriends, yeah.
Friends that are girls.
I'm young.
No, wait, I heard girlfriend.
I heard girlfriend.
No, not at the same time.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. Let me clean that all the way up. Not at the same time.
Yo, the way he said that, I was like,
Brother JR filmed it. It's documented. Girlfriend.
Not at the same time.
Anyway, this is a Christian station, man. We'll be right back.
Oh, man.
Clean that up, man. Clean that up.
Yeah, so like I said, you mean I talk about that in the relationships I do have one at a time.
Names?
No names. But you know the funny thing is, though, the funny thing really is, I'm not gonna say her name, but I used to date Pun's niece.
Oh, really?
Pun's niece.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's
so
what's
it's
up.
like this.
So you like Puerto Ricans?
You know what? All Spanish girls, all black girls, all I'm listen.
Multicultural.
We'll be right back. Straight T-Rex in it, you know what I mean? Chris Gizosh.
Shout out to the haters, the non-believers. We make y'all into believers.
Yo, hey, Kanata said, did you see that rebound?
Yes.
I can't even put the other word in there. It might not be Christian. Sorry, I'll stop. He's here, though. We'll talk about it in a second. It don't matter.
I remember that word.
Oh, yeah. Malcolm Hawkins inside studio. Malcolm, how do people get in contact with you, man? And first of all, I got to say this, guys. If you ever get to see Malcolm Hawkins, go check him out. Man gives you ministry and entertainment. You know how usually you go to a Christian concert, dude stand in the middle, CD plays, and he doesn't move from that one section? That doesn't happen with Malcolm Hawkins. At least not what I saw. His dancers, I mean, they like coordinated the whole situation.
Shout out to Mob Control, man, and our formers.
Yeah, shout out to Mob Control. I saw them do their thing. I thought I saw one of them. One of them is here.
Right. My man Walt's here. Sir,
yeah.
she's here, man.
But they did their thing, man. Excited. How do people get in contact with you, man? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the good stuff.
All of them. Facebook, you can find me at The Real Malcolm Hawkins, spelled just like Malcolm X, MALCOLM. The Real Malcolm Hawkins is Facebook. And then Twitter and Instagram is Malcolm Hawkins _. You can find more info on my website, therealmalcolmhawkins.com. Look me up on YouTube, Malcolm Hawkins, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. Your home phone number?
It's 1-800.
Well,
yeah, right.
Listen, man. Shout out to the cameraman. Shout out to the team.
Yeah, we got Junior and Walter, right?
Yeah, man.
Shout out to Mob Control. They get it in, dog.
Yeah, man.
They actually do like routines and they move beyond their hands.
And they levitate.
Anyway, see, I be watching all that stuff.
We gotta
I be
get
copping
in,
it,
man. We gotta
quick.
turn up on stage.
You see people doing mom and they'll move from their pelvis up. It's not really that official. But we'll talk about that. That could be a whole nother topic on a whole nother, Yo, thank you so much, man. We'll see you soon. Shout out to your pops.
Yes, shout out to
made it
him,
happen
shout out
for
to
me,
him.
man.
Yes,
It was
sir,
really
absolutely.
nice.
And shout out to Anthony Durden too, who set up the hookup, man. I much love to him and my pops.
Yes.
Dirty.
Shout out to everybody at Miami Rescue.
Dirty from the Miami Rescue Mission.
Yeah.
That's my boy, man. You know, we did a record together, right? A while back with Anthony Blackman. You remember that? You know who that is? Top.
Oh, the Thug Scholar.
Thug Scholar.
Thug Scholar.
What's on the earth?
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's way back, man.
Yeah, he's talking about
way
free
back.
story.
Yes, sir.
Listen, this is a legend right here, though. You're watching right now, living. No, he's like, no.
That's D right there.
Yo, man, we'll be right back. Guame inside studio with a brand new haircut, showing his Dominican swag. Don't go nowhere. 7F Live at 8.3.
Dominicans.
That's what I'm talking about. Vamos, no loco.